Hello, my dear students. Today we discuss interference in thin films. In our daily life, we experience many cases of thin film interference. For example, color seen in a soap bubble or color seen in an oil film on water, etc. In all these cases, interference pattern is formed by superposition of waves reflected or transmitted from different parts of the thin film. We know that for the formation of a stable interference pattern, coherent waves are needed. Here, coherent waves are produced by division of amplitude. That means these reflected and transmitted waves are all coherent in nature and they can produce a stable interference pattern. So actually so many reflections and refractions are taking place, so it is a case of multiple reflections or refractions. So here coherent waves are produced by division of amplitude. And we use the term thin film in the sense a film of thickness varies in between some nanometer to micrometers. It's very important. This word thin is very important because the thickness should be in this range, some nanometer, so about 0.1 nanometer and 100 micrometers. That is the range. So if the thickness is less than this 0.1 nanometer, we don't get an interference pattern. The film appears as dark if the thickness is very small. For small thickness, for smaller thickness, it appears as dark. And if it is greater than this micrometer, this range, this higher range, it appears as bright or white for larger values. So there is a limitation for the thickness of the thin film. That's bright means if we use monochromatic light, the film will appear as bright, and if you use white light, it appears as white if the thickness is greater than this 100 micrometer. Okay. Now consider a thin film of refractive index, a thin transparent film of refractive index mu and thickness T. We assume that throughout the film it has the same uniform thickness T. And this is the thin film. Refractive index mu, and this thickness is taken as T. Then we have a monochromatic source of light, that is, this is the source of light, yes. And from this source of light, a ray is incident on the thin film at an angle I and the point A. So what happens at the point A? So here if you try normal like this. So this is the angle of incidence I. At the point A part get reflected and a part get transmitted. So this is the reflected ray and this is the transmitted ray. The angle of refraction is R. And reach at the point B. This light reach at the point B. Again here reflection and refraction or transmission will take place. This is the angle R. This is R, angle of refraction. Reach at the point C, okay, transmission or refraction. Then reach at the point D, and so on. So this process will repeat. So this will happen throughout the film. So from the sources, light is incident at an angle I at the point A, get reflected and refracted, reach at the point B. I is the angle of incidence and R is the angle of refraction. And the point B again transmission or refraction and reflection, reach at the point C, again reflection, refraction, and so on. This will happen throughout the film. And that is why we case we say this is a case of multiple reflections and refractions. And all these reflected rays are coherent waves, all these transmitted rays are coherent waves because they are originated from the same source. And this process is taking place by the division of amplitude. So we say coherent waves are produced by division of amplitude. So we can observe the film in two ways, either from the top or from the bottom. If we see the film from this bottom side, we are observing the film in transmitted light. So we say transmitted system. So suppose we are observing from this side, we are seeing the film from this side, we are observing the thin film in reflected light. These rays are reflected rays. So 1, 2, and here 3. All these lines are reflected rays. So these are reflected rays. So we observe the film in reflected system. Here we analyze the case of reflected system in detail. See what is happening. So now the same figure, this is the source, angle of incidence I, angle of refraction R, A, C, E are the points on the top of the film and B, D, F are the points on the bottom of the film, photosurface. So in between this we have the thin film with the thickness T and refractive index mu. And as already said, we assume that the thickness is uniform throughout the film. Then here another point is taken G. G is the midpoint of AC. G is the midpoint of AC. Now, in every case of interference, what we do is we find to analyze the case of superposition of two waves, we find the path difference between these two waves, which are undergoing superposition. Then finally we can first we find the path difference, then we apply the conditions for constructive and destructive interferences. So here we can take in reflector system, since it is in the reflector system, 1, 2, 3, these are the rays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 etc. are the coherent waves. And as we go away, we can see the amplitude is decreasing. And to get a good contrast for the interference pattern, the amplitudes must be comparable. So we consider the superposition between 1 and 2. We can also take between 1 and 3 or 2 and 3, but the amplitude is decreasing gradually. So we take the first two rays 1 and 2 and find the path difference between these two rays to reach our eye. So then we equate this path difference to conditions for maximum and minimum intensities. See what is happening. So the path difference between rays or waves, we can write it as waves, between waves 1 and 2 to reach at our eye is equal to, see the paths traveled by the first wave from the sources to A, then N, and what is this N? We have drawn a normal from C to the first wave, that is the point A, then A, N, and the final destination. For the second wave, S, A, B, C, and the final point. These are the paths traveled by the two waves. And see what is the path difference. So up to A, from S to A, they travel equal paths because the splitting is taking place at the point A. Before that, they are coming together. At the point A path get reflected and a path get refracted. So up to A, they travel equal paths, and beyond CA, That is why we have drawn a normal here, Cn. Beyond Cn, they travel equal paths. So the path difference comes in between these two. That is after A and before Cn. So it is very clear that the second wave has travelled more distance, AB plus BC through the medium, and first wave AN through air. Let this be air. Here remember there are three media. This is the first one, first media from which light is entering into the thin film can be air. Some cases some other media. So first medium, second medium is the thin film with the refractive index mu, and here the third medium. The transmitted light enters into the third medium. So three media are there. So the path difference is given by AB plus BC. This much distance is travelled through the film minus AN, it will be free space. So AB plus BC through film and AN through free space by the first wave. Then from the geometry of the figure, AB is equal to BC. AB is equal to BC. AB is equal to BC. So you can write this as 2AB. Another thing, this distance is travelled through free space or air, and this much distance through the film. So we had to consider optical path. You know, optical path is the equivalent distance travelled by light through air within the same interval of time. Same interval of time means, suppose light travels a distance d through a medium for 2 seconds, and within the same interval of time it can travel more distance in air because velocity of light is maximum in free space or air. So this is the, you have to find the corresponding optical path, then only we can take the difference. So this equals, to get the optical path, what we do, we multiply the distance with the refractive index mu. So AB plus BC 2AB and into mu. So 2 mu into AB minus A. This step. How do you get this step? That is, to find optical path we have to multiply with the mu, and ABC, since AB is equal to BC, 2 times AB. So these two distances are comparable, that is travel through free space. So this is the optical path, air. 2 mu AB minus A. Then we have to find the value of AB from this figure. So in a thin film, even though we have marked for points A, D, C, E, B, D, F, etc., there are no such points on a thin film. You think about oil film on water. Can we see A, B, C, D, etc.? No. So we know only the thickness of the film. We can find the thickness of the film or refractive index of the film or angle of incidence or angle of refraction. So we need an expression for path difference in terms of these quantities, not in terms of AB or BC or AN. For that, we have to find the values of AB and AN from this figure. So you take the triangle, right angle triangle, AGB triangle, consider the right angle triangle AGB. What is AG? AG is the midpoint of AC. AG is the midpoint of AC, and this angle is angle of refraction R. Then take cos R. Cos R. Consider triangle AGB. Then cos R is equal to BG by or DB by, what does it? BG by AB. AB is the hypotenuse. BG by AB. What is BG? BG is the thickness of the film, and we have assumed that it is uniform. So BG is T. T by AB. And we need the value of AB. So AB is equal to T by cos R. t by cos r. So in this term 2 mu into AB, that is 2 mu into t by cos r is okay. Then we have to find the value of a. So the part difference between 1 and 2 is equal to 2 mu into AB minus an. We got the value of AB as t by cos r. So 2 mu into t by cos r minus an is there. Now we have to find the value of a. For that you consider triangle ANC. ANC. Here angle n is equal to 90 degree. We have drawn a normal to this point n. So angle n is equal to 90. This is also a right angle triangle. So in right angle triangle ANC, how will you find the value of an? In different ways. Then what about this angle? This angle is I, angle of incidence. This angle of reflection is also I. And since this is normal, this will be 90 minus I. This will be 90 minus I. This is 90. This is 90. This is 90 minus I. So this will be I. This angle is I. This angle is I. Angle C is equal to I. Then how can you find the value of I? You can find cos I. Or you can take sin I. Anyway you can find sin I. Sin I is equal to opposite side an by, we need an, so sin I is taken, an by AC. But we know AC is 2 times AG. AC is 2 times AG. So an by 2 times AG. And from the first triangle AGB, what is AG? From triangle AGB, from triangle AGB, tan R is equal to tan R is equal to opposite side AG by BG, that is thickness of the film, AG by BG. Or BG is equal to, sorry, not BG, AG is equal to BG tan R. BG tan R. BG tan R equal to T into tan R. BG is T, thickness of the film. BG tan R equal to T into sin R by cos R. That is AG. So what is AN? We need AN. AN is equal to, AN is here. AN is equal to 2 times AG, T into sin R by cos R into sin I. Into sin I. Sin I, according to Snell's law, sin I is equal to, sin I by sin R is equal to mu. So sin I is equal to mu sin R. Mu sin R. So finally we get is equal to 2 mu t sin squared R by right lines. 2 mu t sin squared R by cos R. So A is equal to 2 mu t sin squared R by cos R. Then the part difference is 2 mu t by cos R minus an. We got an. So the part difference is equal to, is equal to 2 mu t by cos R. 2 mu t by cos R is common into 1 minus sin squared r. That's equal to 2 multiplied by cos r into 1 minus sin square r is cos square r by cos r 2 mu t cos r. So we got the part difference as 2 mu t cos r. So when we consider the first two waves 1 and 2 to reach our I, the path difference. Consider the paths traveled by the two waves and calculated the path difference between them, and we got it as 2 mu t cos r. So 2 mu t cos r is the path difference between waves 1 and 2 to reach at the destination. So for this you have to take triangles A and C, then AGB. Triangle AGB and A and C. Remember this angle is I, angle of incidence I. It's a normal turn to the first ray. N is the normal, Cn is the normal, so this angle is I. So the path difference is 2 mu t cos r. We said this is the calculated path difference. We have used only mathematics to find the path difference between 1 and 2 to reach at the destination. So this is called the calculated path difference.